Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and hope you guys are having a good day out there today. And a little bit different video, guys, here today. I sort of wanted to have a talk with everybody out there on more of a personal level about this all this controversy going on with live scope and forward facing sonar, because it's been pretty intensive to say the least. So I sort of feel that I sort of owe it to you guys to sort of go over some stuff that's been going on with me on the whole thing. First of all, I just want to say that I want to give everybody out there just a huge thanks that's had my back on this deal. That's been with me. I've been running this crusade against forward facing sonar and live scope, and in different environmental issues for several years now. And there's a lot of you guys out there that have been huge supporters of me, that you stood behind me when I've been getting attacked. And I just consider you guys brothers, man. And I salute every one of you that has stood up and stood by my side and had my back on this thing, because it's been a challenge to tell you the least. And I sort of want to talk a little bit about that, some disappointments I've sort of excuse me, I've been through on the whole thing. So first of all, guys, I want to address one particular thing. You guys that have been with me for a long time, you know that I speak out about environmental issues and this whole forward-facing sonar deal. And I don't have any other agenda when I talk about that stuff except to do what I can to help protect the sustainability of our planet and the sport. I mean, I've got a big platform here on YouTube and social media, and I try to be responsible with that. And instead of just constantly putting out just not mindless, but constantly putting out just fishing tips and information, I think from my point of view, one of the responsibilities I have is to try to help educate as many people or bring awareness to the dangers and challenges we have to the sustainability of our fishing, our fisheries, and the planet. I think that that's the good fight to have. I don't get paid by anyone to do that. And it costs me a lot of money to do that, because, guys, ever since I've been standing up and being the voice, pretty much the sole voice out here against live scope environmental issues like that, I have lost tens of thousands of YouTube subscribers. I mean, if I do a video on the environment, or if I do a video on anti-live scope, I can just see my subscribers drop. There's a price to pay with that. When you lose subscribers, you lose revenue. So for all those guys out there that say I do this for clicks and attention, I don't do it for clicks and attention. If I wanted to just do it to benefit myself, I would keep my mouth shut, because it's cost me money to every time I do that. But like I said, it's the good fight to have, in my opinion. And one of the things I want to talk about here is, guys, you can't even imagine, if you could see some of the comments and messages and emails and private messages I get from people, the vitriolic hate and threats and insults, it would blow your mind. I've had people threaten to fight me. I've had people threaten to try to undermine my sponsors. I've had people, wish bad things on me. I mean, simply because I try to bring attention to the fact that I think exploding technology and the fact of some things we're doing to our environment is hurting our very sustainability and the future of our fisheries. That's the only reason they're doing it. Now, why they get all bent out of shape about that, I'm not sure. So I can understand a little bit about the public that really doesn't know much about this. But the thing that really has bothered me on this thing more than anything else is a lot of the criticisms I've gotten from some fellow pros and some people in the industry, media, whatever like that. And here's the thing that bothers me about that. When you dedicate and devote your life to fishing, and you've done it for 35 plus years like I have, you've been in the trenches. And when other anglers and people that have done it for a long time, that are in the trenches too, insult you and attack you for trying to do something good for the sport, it's pretty disappointing to say the least out there, because I've always felt, and I still do, that once you get to like the tour level in fishing or in any sport out there, there's an element of professional ethics and courtesy. And part of that ethics of professional courtesy is that you don't attack your peers out there for voicing their opinion. If you have a disagreement with somebody out there, instead of like calling me an idiot and a joke and a Missouri meth head and just countless other insults out there, the thing you want to do is just say, well, yeah, I may not agree with Randy or whoever, but I respect their opinion, and this is the opinion I have it. You don't attack the messenger. You stay focused on the message. And really, the reason I wanted to do this video more than anything else is I'm always the brunt of these like internet forum discussions about people bashing me on my opinions with that, or different feeds and social media. And somebody had forwarded me or tagged me in some type of a feed where it was a live scope conversation. And one of the most disappointing things is one of the commentators, the Bassmaster TV show, made a comment on that link about, they were saying, what do you think about Randy with this forward facing sonar or whatever? And anyway, this guy called me a joke. And I used to respect this guy. Obviously I don't anymore, but for somebody that knows me and has been involved in the sport as long as he has and I do, to call me a joke simply for trying to protect the future and sustainability of the fishery, I found that petty and small and extremely disappointing out there. And one of the things I've seen about this entire process we've gone through with the trying to bring light to these issues I'm talking about, it's a really interesting study in human nature, in human behavior out there, because I've seen the best in people and I've seen the worst in people. I've seen pros out there call me a Missouri meth head and an idiot and a joke and just a dumbass and all this type of stuff. And it makes me realize how small those people are, that they don't have the ability to have a honest, ethical, intelligent, respectful debate on the issue, yet they resort to attacking the people out there. And just goes to show how far a lot of people have to grow still. So one of the things about this, guys, is one of the most common things I get, like I said, that I'm doing this for attention. I'm not, because guys, my stance on this, and for me digging my heels in and taking the lead on this anti-technology thing, I'm telling you, it's costing me. Not only it's costing me money from the subscriber standpoint, it's probably going to cost me any chance I had to get put into the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame is probably gone, even though my statistics are better than half of the bass pros that are in there now, simply because, the vocalization I have and how controversial of a figure I have become. And I don't really understand how I've been labeled this controversial figure for wanting to protect the sport. I don't get that. I don't understand it, because here's one interesting concept. I can have a conversation, and I've had a conversation quite a few times about this with people that don't fish. They don't know anything about fishing, and they'll ask me, being my friends and everything, they'll say, what's all this deal about this controversy about this forward-facing sonar stuff? And I'll explain to him exactly what the deal is. I'll explain to him what forward-facing sonar is. I'll explain to him how it evolved to this point. And you know what every single one of them have told me? These are people that don't know anything about fish, and they go, well, that's cheating. I don't understand. Why do they allow that? That's cheating for somebody to have a piece of equipment that shows you fish swimming right in front of you and you cast over to catch them. Isn't that cheating? That's not fishing. So in essence, people that don't fish get it more than a segment of these people, like one of the commentators on Bassmaster that I was talking about, just doesn't get. And here's another thing I'll leave you guys with on this is, you guys know Elon Musk. I mean, everybody knows Elon Musk, and you guys know he's a big tech guy, and he's one of the biggest voices in the whole artificial intelligence, discussion out there. he has made several comments that he thinks that artificial intelligence is probably the biggest threat to the future of the human race that there is. And it's the same with the exploding technology in fishing, exploding electronic technology in fishing. There is a correlation between the sustainability of our fisheries with the exploding unregulated technology of electronic technology, the same way Elon Musk talks about artificial intelligence. It's the same deal. There's there's differences in the parallels there, but ultimately it's the same thing. Unchecked, uncontrolled technology is not a good thing, even with people like Elon Musk that are invested in that. So from that standpoint, here's what I would say to those people that are critics. What if I am right? Just ask yourself that. What if the 25% of the people out there that like to goof on me on forums and call me idiot and call me a meth head, which I don't even, that doesn't even make sense to me. What if I'm right on that? And that's the sort of the point that you have to look at it. But anyway, I wanted to say one more time, thank you very much, guys. All you dudes out there that have my back and you're standing side by side with me on the good fight here, much appreciated. I can't tell you how important that is to me and how good it makes me feel, because a lot of times, really up until the last 2 weeks, I've just felt I've been out here alone, trying to, get people to, bring this to our attention. We finally got it to our attention now. There's conversations going right and left about banning it. Do I look for Bassmaster to do the right thing here? No, I don't. I think as long as you've got money influencing it, I think that, I think that the money and the profit margins that they're getting from the electronic companies are going to outweigh any concern they have for the sustainability of the sport, or it's going to color their perspective on the fact that they do not think it is an issue to the sport. And it's an uphill battle anytime that you're facing a situation where there's money and a lack of education, and when people are in an information bubble, like the person I'm talking about at Bassmaster, you're going to face challenges with that. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel here, and we'll keep fighting the good fight. I'm not backing down. One of the most positive affirmations I have on this is the biggest sponsor that I have in fishing here. They're completely behind me on this. They agree with me on the fact that they think that forward-facing sonar is a danger to the sport and that it needs to be banned immediately. And when you got backing from some people that operate with ethics and intelligence and critical thinking skills and honor, when you got the backing of people like that on the mission you're on, it's a very good feeling to have. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk later.